Yes, Casanonians. I'm doing this live stream for a second time because the first time I attempted to shoot it, I realized I had my AirPods in and my AirPods are slowly dying, so then that would have killed the audio. Anyway, in this one, I want to speak to you boys about the upsetting secret for attracting lots and lots of women, because I think this is going to be a difficult pill to swallow for many guys out there, because I think a lot of guys are looking for quick fixes, magic bullets to solve their dating lives. But what I found to be true is if you really want to make significant moves, not just in your dating life, but in your business life, in your personal life, whatever it is, it's going to require maximum effort from you. And if you're not prepared to put in maximum effort, if you're not prepared to invest into yourself like your life depends on it, I don't just mean financially, but I mean emotionally. Like, if you're not prepared to go all in with whatever endeavor you're attempting to become immaculate at, then you may as well give up. Because the thing that I teach on this channel is daytime cold approach, right? It's going over to people who you find attractive and being able to declare your desire in a non-needy way. And I say time and time again on this channel, cold approach is not for the faint-hearted, right? It's going to demand everything from you. It's going to hold a spotlight up to all of your self-limiting beliefs and perceived lack of self-worth. It really is, in my opinion, the ultimate personal renaissance activity. And by going through this process of cold approach, by mastering this skill set, by unlocking this skill set, this decentralized skill set of the awake 1%, you will develop abundance, right? Abundance mentality. Abundance is not always having, it's knowing that you can have. So I'm going through a sticky situation in my life right now where I've got a lot of capital which is currently tied up. Now, a former version of myself would have been, I would have got angry about it, I would have got frustrated, I would have become resentful, and actually I probably would have given up. I would have probably been like, okay, this is obviously not for me, I can only make money if I was born into wealth, blah blah fucking bullshit. But this abundance mentality, it's the same for women and it's the same for making money. Like, once you know how to make money, you're not stressed about money again. Once you know how to attract women, you're not stressed about women again. It's like, I'm able to have much more of a detached mindset when it comes to attracting women and making money. And this recent event has really elucidated my personal growth, right? It's all right, it's easy for me to say, oh, attracting women's easy, or when shit hits the fan, this is how you deal with it. But I think what's so unique about the content that I'm making currently is this is something that I'm experiencing right now. Like, I've not rectified the situation, I'm still under emotional pressure, and I think it's valuable for me to be able to speak to you from the trenches rather than speak to you from the ivory tower. So this notion of abundance, this really is the secret to attracting everything that we want in our lives. I find that whenever I want something too much, I push it away. Like, you probably experienced that for yourself. If you've been really into one particular woman and you've experienced that unrequited love where despite your best attempts, you just keep pushing her further and further away. And I think it's because the person who has the most cares the least, right? It's like, if you're only dependent on one source of income, or if you're super dependent on one woman who's not giving you much back, then that's going to castrate you of your confidence. But if you're able to actually acquire this, we'll go down this way. If you're able to actually acquire this notion of abundance, and the best way that I've found to actually have this notion of abundance is mastering the art of cold approach. I think that especially if you're a younger guy listening to this, the best thing you can do for your personal, for your dating, and even your business life as well, is to get started with cold approach ASAP, because it really is the cheat code into the sexual marketplace. Like, if you're dating a girl at the moment and the relationship isn't working and you've unlocked this skill set of cold approach, you've got no issue with walking away. You've got no issue with this relationship turning to dust. You almost are able to enter all relationships having already experienced a heartbreak in advance, and you're completely at peace with that notion, because it's like, okay, if this turns to dust, yeah, I'll be sad, especially if there are feelings attached to that person. I will be sad, and it's not just going to be her loss, it'll be my loss as well. But you're not going to spiral out of control, because you know in yourself that you've got the ability to reacquire new people. Yeah, so just this notion of having abundance, it's not always having, it's knowing you can have. And I think that I actually do think it's impossible to fake abundance in the long term. I think this is why this is quite an upsetting truth for a lot of guys, because I think old school game, old school pickup, it was all about mimicking the traits of a high value guy. The game's changed now, right? It's different to what it was a decade ago when people were reading the game. You could go around peacocking, you could basically lie about who you were. But now with the explosion of social media, the internet, the hyper digitalization of society, it's almost impossible to do that anymore. Like the way that I found to crush it in the current sexual marketplace, to get everything that you want, to attract the glory into your life, is by becoming that guy. Yeah, it's by becoming that guy who is living this sort of lifestyle, the sort of guy who can get any woman he wants, the sort of guy who walks into a venue with bulletproof confidence, the sort of guy who walks through the world with a gobsmackingly gorgeous girl on his shoulder and people are turning heads. It's like turning people's heads like, how the fuck did he get her? It's because he's been putting the reps in, right? It's because he's become the most fuckable version of himself. It's because he was prepared to do what most men are not prepared to do, which is actually spending time in the trenches, putting yourself through the social fire, getting rejected, having this rite of passage mentality, like whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I truly believe that. As somebody who's going through like a bit of a difficulty right now, I was like, do you know what? I'm not gonna let this affect me. A former version of me would have just stayed at home, twiddled my thumbs, just like complaining about the world, how things are not fair. I'm like, do you know what, Kristian? No one else is coming to save us. We get to decide our reaction to this event. Let's adopt this abundance mentality. So I went out, I bought a shitload of clothes, got a new pair of white Air Maxes. When it came to the transaction, I donated to this fucking charitable cause, because I'm like, that's abundance. It's just giving away. It's just going out to give. It's going out with the mindset of making other people smile, making other people have a better day, taking the emphasis off of ourselves and focusing on what can we create today? How can we benefit other people? How can I make other people's lives 1% better? That might be going outside and complimenting people. It might be approaching girls purely with the mindset of making that woman feel beautiful, because most women understand that most compliments they receive from guys, they're not actually genuine. The compliment has got nothing to do with her, but everything to do about him. It's like, I'm gonna say this thing to you in the hopes that you like me more. And that's coming from a place of scarcity. It's please choose me, please like me, please give me your validation because I'm so insecure in my own skin. But the person that I've sculpted myself into becoming, I can now go over to women with this operating from wholeness rather than operating from lack, meaning I fucking love myself. I'm on my own path, I'm on my own mission, I am chasing the dragon in my own life. But then when I see somebody who interests me, then I can be a witness to that person's beauty. Like Zamperon always says, beauty needs a witness. And I think that is probably the best mindset that we can go out there with. It's whenever we encounter something beautiful, it doesn't even need to be a person, it could be a sight, like this scene right here, right? Like this scene is beautiful and I can have adoration for this scene. Like, fuck me, this scene is absolutely gorgeous. It's the same type of energy. It's like, I feel so whole, and me being able to verbalize my adoration, it actually makes me feel better, right? It's like if you see an amazing sports car, or you see a beautiful panoramic, like picturesque panoramic like this, or you see somebody who's beautiful, like a woman walking past you, it's just being able to go over to her with that type of abundant energy. Like, listen, I've got everything that I need right now. My cup is so full that all I want to do is give to you. And the important thing as well is abundance isn't just created through the realms of the dating world. It's everything that we do. It's this multifaceted lifestyle where you're finding fulfillment in many things. So training hard at the gym, doing good work, building a business, like creating work which actually inspires you as a human being, waking up in a city that you actually enjoy rather than living in a city like I used to live 4 years ago, which didn't inspire me, which castrated me of my confidence. I think environment really is everything when it comes to this, and I certainly feel more inspired waking up in a location like this as opposed to Leeds or as opposed to Barrow-in-Furness or any city in the UK, to be honest. And I think spending time in nature, spending time with good people, I think spending time with other like-minded Renaissance warriors, that's one of the most important things. If you're trying to conquer the game solo, if you try to do all of this on your own with no support, no guidance, or no masculine support network of other like-minded guys who actually get it, who are only a voice message away, who are only a text away on WhatsApp, dude, honestly, you're fucked. Like, you are actually fucked if you try to be the whole lone wolf. Like, there's no way that I would be able to do all this on my own. In the previous live stream, I explained that without the guys in my entourage, fuck that, man. Like, the situation I'm faced with right now, it would have been 1,000,000 times more fierce. We need our brothers around us, right? You can't build an army of one. there's no point in doing so. It's like, yeah, but Kristian, I can get results on my own. But yeah, dude, imagine what the results would be if you had 30 other guys like crushing it around you. Imagine who you would become. It's like you're playing it so safe because you're scared of taking action, because you're scared of the unknown. That's the point of the ego. The point of the ego is self-preservation. Your ego wants you to stay as you've always been because it's known, it's safe, and it's cozy. But if you truly want to elevate, you need to do what I've been doing, constantly pushing myself, constantly dive bombing into discomfort. Whenever something scares me, I use resistance as my compass, and that's been the way that I've developed this abundance mindset, right? It doesn't happen by luck, it happens by design. So abundance, that really is the secret, I believe. Because this is just advice. I'm just a 27-year-old kid who's moving through life. I probably know nothing. In my limited experience, abundance, right? The person who has the most cares the least is like, when I've got all of my needs met, because internal state equals external reality, because I'm taking care to take care of myself, of my own mental, emotional, spiritual health, it's like, okay, when I go out there into the world, I don't actually need anything from anybody. It's like, if I go over to a woman and I find her attractive, I'd like to date her, and she's like, no thank you. It's like, oh, that would have been nice, but in life I don't think we get what we want, we get what we need. And we don't achieve dreams, we achieve standards. So if you're not achieving what you want to in your life right now, it's probably because your standards are not high enough, and it's probably because you're not pushing yourself hard enough to actually develop this abundance. So yeah, I think just abundance, it's just going out to give. Yeah, like just going out to give, just giving it all away, donate, like tip heavily, just fucking make people smile and just be social, talk to everybody, leave everybody better than you found them, because a rising tide lifts all the boats. It's like, I really don't think you can fake this. It's something you are rather than something that you do. So if you're not currently in this abundant state, then you're most likely in a place of scarcity, right? You're scared of losing. You're playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And women can smell the lack of abundance on you. Like, they know the difference between a guy who has options and a guy who doesn't. And it doesn't just mean have romantic options. I think people get confused with that. Abundance isn't just having a lot of romantic options. It's always having a lot of things to look forward to. Yeah, like going on a weekend trip with the boys, building something, going to the gym, having a walk in a beautiful city. It's just like always having things to look forward to. And then if a girl blows you out, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter, because I've still got me. I've still got my lifestyle. I've still got the boys. I've still got the entourage. I've still got a multitude of things to look forward to. So yeah, I was just in a creative mood today. I just wanted to come out and I wanted to continue the Casanovian expostulations, because I just want to change people's lives. That's the goal for these live streams, it's just to change your fucking life. And I'm doing these every single day. And I just want to give you optimism, because I understand that's what my focus is now. I think if anything, the experience that I'm currently experiencing, it's focusing on impact over revenue. That's all the goal needs to be. It's like money comes and goes, people come and go, friendships fade, brotherhood's cool, but all that matters is impact. Impact, impact, impact. And maybe I lost sight of that over the last couple of weeks, and maybe this is God's way of recalibrating me to just focus on impact, which is to say focus on giving, which is to say focus on other people. And I think that's when we get everything that we want. It's givers gain. It's like sending good karma out there into the world. And doing these things because it pleases you to do so. It's like, dude, if I want to hold the door open for a woman, if I want to send her multiple texts 5 minutes after meeting her, send her a little gif of a Pikachu, if I want to walk through Lisbon and make a live stream, I'm just going to do it because it pleases me to do so, right? It's like just being detached from the views or the vanity metrics or the money, all of that fucking nonsense, which is not why we're on this earth. It's to do good work, yeah, to focus on impact over revenue, and I think the fulfillment of a promise. I spoke about this in the past. That's what I believe the meaning of life is. Like, the meaning of life is the fulfillment of a promise. Like, I believe that before I was put on this earth, I made a pact with God. And it was a pact which I made and I can no longer remember. But I think that's part of my masculine journey, is the remembering of that promise, the fulfillment of a promise to come on this earth, live a life beyond the beige and inspire a generation of guys to do so. So yeah, listen, dude, I hope that if one thing that I've said has been useful and it forces you into taking bold, radical action and change your life one day at a time, become better than you were yesterday, become better, like 1% better every single day, then yeah, I'm a happy fucking guy. So yeah, big moves planned on the channel over the next 3 or 4 days. I've got Daniel out here, so we're going to create some fucking game-changing infield content, cold approach content from Lisbon, just dominating dominating the game, innit? That's the whole point of this. It's just to create the best cold approach content the industry has ever seen. All the courses that you can access right now, click the links below, get the courses. I give them all away for free. It's like, I truly believe nobody can compete with me. I truly believe that nobody can match me with the ambition that I have, the work that I'm doing, the content that I'm creating. It's like, find me someone else who's doing what I'm doing to the level that I'm doing at. And then when you do find that person, let me know, because I'll go over and look at the channel, and if I think they're doing better than me, then that's going to stir me into more motivation to do better, because that's why I'm here, yeah, to just do better every single fucking day. Even when I'm not in the mood to do it, even when I've encountered a vicissitude and my mind's like, oh, it's over, game over, you might as well forget it and become a fucking bin man. Shout out to bin man. But yeah, that's the whole point of this. So let me leave you with this picturesque panoramic of Lisbon. And yeah, it's one of the best for all of you boys. Like, no one else is coming to save us. It's just having a rational faith and delusional optimism in our own capabilities, and then just believing deeply that we are the shit until we actually become it. That's the way that I've done it. If you go back to the earliest videos on this channel, you can see the person that I used to be, the life that I was living, the mindsets that I used to have, the energy that I was giving off. It's night and day. So yeah, if you want to learn my exact process and you want to follow it and become the most fuckable version of yourself, so you can attract the women that you want rather than settling for the ones that you think you can get, and just feel fucking good about yourself, then link below, download my most fuckable man course. You can also get Conversation Killer as well, which is the complete cold approach course. So yeah, I give away information, I charge for implementation. So if you're ready to take action and hit that next level, you want to connect with me on a personal level, join the global networks. You've got guys who you can link up with across the world, make fucking amazing memories, and just live a life beyond the beige, then yeah, you can apply to join the Entourage. The link for that is below. It's really expensive, but if you've got the financial capacity, then let's fucking go. Anyway, boys, listen, I love you. I'll speak with you again tomorrow. More videos coming, so subscribe, like the video. I appreciate all of yous. Mwah.